Hey everybody, it's Dan the Red and welcome back to Highway Blossoms. Right then, last we left off, there's a nut job getting out of my car. Well, it's a nut job, but dunce. The key is still dangling in the ignition. I wrenched it around in the motorhome. We were roars to life, forcing a surprised squeak out of the girl. Those are some interesting expressions. By the way, my name is Marina. Thank you so much for helping me out. Amber, don't mention it. Don't. Careful not to hit her car, I bet, because that would be the icing of the fucking fuck cake, wouldn't it? The fucking fuck cake. There we go. It's redundancy. Filthy redundancy. Careful not to hit her car, I backed the RV up and turned it around, sending us in my original direction. I put on my sunglasses and I reached for the play button on the cassette player, finally giving in to temptation, but Marina starts up again. Why aren't we going the other way? Wasn't there a station a ways back? It was a bit more than a little ways back. I saw a sign a few miles ago that said there was a station not too far from here, so we're going there. Oh wow, I didn't even see that. You're really observant. She's just smart, apparently. Yeah, you're just really oblivious. I'd go with that. Yeah, that, Not really. Being nice, I applaud. Silence falls upon the motorhome, the roaring of the engine and the swishing of the wind from outside being the only sounds. I'll take that as my cue and reach for the cassette player once more, finally give... How do you even drive this thing? It's huge! Oh, fucking hell. Marina spreads her arms like, it's fucking huge! Marina spreads her arms like an eagle unfurling its wings, almost bopping me in the head in the process. Just... I clear my throat and grab her arm out of the air, gently placing it on her lap. I'm driving here, you know. That's a very funny image to picture. It's not that bad. You get used to it. She tilts her head to the side and gives a little grunt as if saying, "That's so." I return to the silence of before. Again, I reach for the cassette play. Ah, this is gonna be a theme, isn't it? So, what are you doing here? Are you going camping? Seems like that's what you're doing. Seems like what you're doing is fun. Why? I take a deep breath and hold it on as long as possible before letting it out. Yeah, that's key to anger or anxiety. Just in and out. Just get oxygen to the brain. Just traveling and ignoring you now. What about you? Why are you here? Oh, well, it's kind of silly. Sweat drop. What is it? Spill. She scratches her head and lets out an embarrassed laugh before staring at her feet, quieting down, and surprisingly enough, staying quiet. Staying. The operative word here, I think. Well, looks like that worked. Joy. I reach for the cassette player one last time. I stop for a moment and look at the glove department. The glove compartment and then Marina. He still looks lost in thought before finally pressing play. And void overtook the... Oh, shit! The void turned into a convenience store. A pleasant little chime greets me as I enter the station. Marina trailing close behind. This is a fairly nice looking place for the convenience store in the middle of the desert. Just saying. All the nice ones I've ever seen are in cities. None of the ones I have seen on long, empty stretches of road between major points of actual population are even remotely, well, some are decent. That's saying, that's not saying much, I mean. The drive was quiet after I turned the music on. Turning the tables on her and asking what she was doing after taking the door off means you pressed the button before pressing the button that was playing. I didn't mean to come off as cold as I did. It's been ages since I've had a conversation and accepting some half-hearted condolences. Though, to be fair, I haven't really wanted to hold one. The guy behind the counter is busy ringing someone up, so I set out in search of a gas can. The store is one of those big mini-mart places made specifically for travelers. It's surprisingly clean for a place surrounded by sand. Every corner has a natural sanitary shine accompanied with a scent of citrus cleaning product. Hey, they have the cola flavor here. The cola flavor what? I turn to find Marina clutching the slushy machine, her eyes wide like a cat when tinted with yarn. Okay. Why is having a cola flavored slushy on a machine something to point out? Every single fucking slushy machine I've ever seen, ever, has had a cola flavor, be it an actual brand or an off-brand, you know. I've never seen one that didn't have it, so why are you so... You know what? I'm not even gonna bother. Don't most gas stations have it? Yes, thank you, exactly. She shakes her head but doesn't take her eyes off the machine. Yes, they do. All the places back home had cherry and raspberry. What sick, demented, heathenist place did you come from? They don't have cola. Capitalism hasn't taken root where you live. Big businesses, no, lacking them. My soul. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Aside from just spinning divinity, I guess. What else is new? All the places back home only had cherry and raspberry. We had 6 of them, we just had to mix them together. Okay. But why are you drawing closer to me? Marina finally turns to me, wearing a face of pure, concentrated sadness. I left my wallet in the car. It's the saddest thing I've ever seen. Yeah. Just looking at her, I can feel my heart break. Wait a second. There we go. Click. How are you expecting to pay for the gas? I don't know. I just remembered. Trying my patience. How did she last 5 minutes? How did she last 5 minutes outside of the womb? Well, that's easy. Doctors were taking care of her, I guess, and eventually her parents. Although, genetics being what they are. How are you alive at all? Fine, I guess I'll pay for it. That's look I'd have to. Oh, I know what's happening to me. Why? Really? Yeah. Grab yourself one of those slushies too. Okay, that's going a bit. We'll make it a small one. There you go. Her pure concentrated sadness melts into pure unconcentrated happiness. Huh? You're the best, Amber. She grabs a cup and holds on the button of the slushy overflows and drips from the side. Oh god. I was gonna pay for the gas anyway, but I'm hoping the drink makes up for the drive over. I spot the gas can, and with Marina happily sipping from a straw, grab one I have for the counter. The guy at the register is still ringing up the same girl. Lines of... This music is amazing. I'm not like, oh, it's so bad. It's like, no, this is fucking awesome. I just wasn't. And then it got better. Literally, this is loving it. Okay. The guy at the register is still ringing up the same girl. Lines of flimsy plastic bags line the counter, filled with a mixture of off-brand junk food and gardening tools. That's an interesting combination. He scans the items as the girl digs through her wallet, her bandana-wrapped head pressing a phone against her shoulder. Aren't you supposed to be the badass mechanic? What good are you if you're not? Shoves out a card and hands it to the cashier, more interested in staring at her nails than looking at him. How the hell would I know? How'd the squirt check underneath it if you're so curious? On the other end of the line, I can hear the faintest of squabbling. I can't make out anything you're saying, but the tone sounds worlds more tolerable than the girl's. If it's that all, then I say do it. Cash is cash. Not like anyone's gonna care. You better not take as long as the last time, though. That way, you slackers outside. The girl slips her phone back into the crevices of her dangerously unzipped jumpsuit. The little clothing she has on underneath looks like it's gonna burst from the slightest movement. You can see that. Not my type, especially that personality, but it's hard for me to do anything other than stare. Yeah. The attendant reaches out to help with the bags, but the girl snaps him away before he can. She shoots him with a heated glare that burns straight through the man into the wall behind him. Turning around, the girl looks at us for a second before rolling her eyes, then marching to the door, the bags weighing her down as they nearly scrape the ground. Yeah, definitely not my type. Good luck. Marina and I set the cannon nearly empty, and the nearly empty slush on the counter. Will that be all? Yeah, sorry for more boring than the other girl. The attendant hacks out a dry, cackling gas can. He flicks his oily ponytail behind his shoulder and then brings up Marina's drink. Been a lot of folks passing through and stocking up the past few days. Oh, God. Boy, that was written. You're about to hear some really stupid country bullshit if I don't get my bit either. It's been a good change of pace. Oh, fuck. I'm guessing that's why you girls are here, too? Marina eases in towards the cat. What is wrong with you? Marina eases in towards the counter, nudging herself tightly between me and a rack, her hands creeping over to the slushie. Wait a second. You put the slushie on the counter, and then she's just like... For what? I'm just heading out of California. If I ended up driving myself insane first. You mean you don't know? The attendant freezes, forgetting with the scanner in his hand. Blinding red light beams from it onto my chest. About what? Why, the treasure! Huh? Marina's hand stopped just shy of grabbing the cup. Treasure? The clerk's chubby face morphs into a grin. You telling me you girls haven't heard of the treasure in the journal? I have. Oh, no. I frowned, embarrassed. Oh, embarrassed, Marina looks at the floor again, her cheeks flushing red. I guess she's always just as forward. Well, I heard about it on the news. It's kind of why I drove down here. Oh, no. You drove out into the middle of the desert for treasure. And you're special, kind of special. I'm sorry, but you've lost me. Not just any treasure, missy. The miner's treasure. He says it like that should clarify what he meant. I stare at him. Blankly. He stares back. Marina sips the last dregs of her slushie. I feel like I should have read that in the same tone as the previous ones. You honestly don't know? Not a clue. You gonna change that? Real feisty, ain't you? Not the vibe I'm getting, but sure. Not really. Just has stuff to do. Fair enough. A little while back, some folks were going through all the trash in their garbage. As fate would have it, they came across no journal. Turns that thing belonged to their great uncle. Maybe it was their great grandfather. I don't know. Some dead old man. I cut him off with a cough, a polite hint from either get on with it or quit his yammering. Despite apparently knowing all this, Marina continues to with rapt attention. I think like a word is left out there, but typos. Whatever. Sometimes her drink makes that annoying slurping sound again. Sorry, I'll try to keep it short. Anyway, after flipping through it, they found that he'd struck it rich during the gold rush. Struck. Fucking accent kept going. If he struck it rich, then wouldn't the family know about it? They'd have to be pretty off, right? Oh, I can answer that. Oh, I'm sure you can. Static to hear what you have to say. He went back to his home, back to Missouri without any gold. And told his friends he had hid it. What? By now the slush is all gone. Marina tries for one last sip, but all that's sucked into straw's air. She peers down to the cup and blows out a small sigh. No one believed him, though. He didn't have it because who would leave behind gold? Either he's crazy or he's crazy. In the sense that either he's crazy and there is no gold, or he's crazy, kids left it behind. Just saying. I raised an eyebrow. If even this girl knows about it, then I must be more to the hook than I thought. Well, now, looks like sister here's been doing her research. Mm-hmm. Somehow, I don't buy that. The attendant leans into the counter and smirks. Story goes, he wanted to eventually move his family out west and dig his gold back up along the way, but kicked it before he could. He slides his thumb along his neck and makes a cheesy sound effect to go with it. Marina giggles, but I just keep staring. Folks that found the journal ended up selling it to some hotshot publishing house. Now everyone wants to retrace the steps to find the treasure. Shipments have been selling that outcase. Just got ours last week. He points to a rack of identical books sitting by the door. A sign hanging above it reads, Treasure of the Desert, a miner's journey. Take part of the new gold rush. Yeah, that'll stick in people's heads. And people really buying into this. People buying into lots of bullshit. Okay? Far less grounded than buried treasure. Just putting that out there. Sure are. I've worked here over 20 years and never have I seen this many people passing through. Even the banshee before you was here for some supplies and a journal. Sure, okay. This is a hoax if I've ever seen one. And where is this supposed treasure? No one knows. It's all scattered around the desert. I said journal has hints to its whereabouts. Uh-huh. Marina, you said this is why you drove out here? Yep, that's right. I wouldn't admit to that so readily. But then again, not you. But you really don't believe in the treasure you really don't believe the treasure exists, do you? Sure I do. You had to ask. She paused to think. At least, I want to. Okay. But wouldn't it be super cool if there was treasure? Oh, it would be super cool, but what are the odds? Sure, it would be cool. There's a good chance it isn't. And even if it were, do you know where to start looking? No, not really. I never got that far. I don't even have a copy of the journal. She lowers her head like she knows there's a good chance of what I'm saying is true. At least in some way, it's in there. But I have to try. Her voice is soft and quiet, but there's a faint glow of determination behind it. It makes me feel ashamed for scolding, but the idea that she dropped everything for treasure is insane. It is. To her credit, she did a little research. Appropriate quotation marks. But that's canceled out by driving into the desert without a full tank of gas. She wasn't prepared at all. The people who care about her must be worried sick. I barely even know when I'm worried. It's called basic human empathy, but I'm glad you're exhibiting it. Oh, don't be too hard on her, Missy. After all, who can resist a good treasure hunt? He looks to Marina and gives a big gummy grin, courtesy of his missing teeth. Tooth! Just saying. Ain't that right, sister? Marina springs back with a smile of her own. That's right. Rolling my eyes, I reach into my pocket and pass some crumpled bills to the clerk. Yeah, well, I'll believe I see it. He shrugs and stuffs the cash in the register, though now I'm just paying for the tank and an empty cup. I pocket the change. I give a casual wave from the exit. That should be a good enough thank you. Marina follows, though a bit more animated, waving arms like a fan as she says goodbye. Oh, and sister. Yeah? You go ahead and take one of them journals. Free of charge. Oh, that's nice. Really? Marina lights up like a firecracker and bounces up and down like she's a kid again. The way she kind of is. Yep. Oh, wow, thanks, mister. In In one swift motion, she swipes one of the remaining books off the rack so fast that I swear my eyes are skipping frames. Hey Amber, look, he gave me one for free. You don't say. Yeah, I see it. I tune out of chattering and nod as we walk out of the parking lot so I can finally get the fuel. I like the music. And that's your place in this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.